Hi there, this is Srikanth Sari. So in this lesson, we are going to introduce ourselves to data structures in C++. So in this tutorial, we are going to build a stack data structure using C++. Okay. So first, let me start off with the header files, the most basic header files. Here we have, as we know that I was stream. Okay. Okay. So and then let's make use of hash define macro of max size of 5. Okay, so here our intention is to build a stack data structure of 5 elements here. Okay, here we are building a stack of 5 elements here. Okay, so then let's have our using namespace. So using namespace statement, using namespace std. So then we are going to take a class stack. Okay, so since C++ is an object-oriented programming language, so here we need to develop the stack data structure using a class abstract data type. Okay, so because so one expects when we are writing programs in C++, everything should be in object-oriented mode rather than writing functions separately and calling them in the main function. Okay, so here we need to develop a class in such a way that so all the data members and member functions are grouped together or encapsulated into a single unit known as a class stack here. Okay, so now I'm going to declare all the members of our class stack. The first and foremost important member is going to be the stack itself. So here we are since we are using the array to build our stack. Okay, so first we need to declare that array. So as we have said earlier, we are using the max size of 5 here. Okay, so for that reason we have took the macro here of max of 5 elements here. Okay, so here the 5 gets substituted in this macro here. Okay, so next we have the most important thing, which is top. Okay, so the top is very important member regarding the stack, because here we need to track the position of the stack data structure. Okay, the stack data structure is follows the principle of last in first out. Okay, so and there is only one way, which is the top of the stack, to either add the elements, or we call that operation as a push operation. So we can only push the elements into the stack and pop the elements only through one end, known as the top of the stack here. Okay, so next we have we need to take a data member known as a data. So the actual data which we are going to enter into the stack is taken from the keyboard as input and stored in this variable here. Okay, and next let's define the various member functions, which are going to be member functions are the one which operate on the data. Okay, so here we need to have member functions. Total we have 3 member functions. Most important regarding the stack are the push operation and the pop operation, and the one to display the elements in the stack. Okay, so first let us define the push operation here. Okay, so void push is the member function which performs the operation of pushing the elements into the stack. Okay, so before pushing the elements into the stack, we need to check whether if there is any room for entering the elements. Okay, so if once the stack is completely filled, then if we take example as a 5 element stack here, the top position will be 4, because the indexing of an array in C or C++ starts from 0. Okay, so based on that condition, we can write if condition here. Okay, so top is equal to max minus 1. Okay, so if it reaches the 1 less than the size of our stack, then our stack is full. Top is equal to max minus 1. Okay, so top is equivalent to that value of 4 here in our case. then we can give a message that stack overflow. Okay, so this is a condition which arises in the stack if you are going to perform the push operation. If you are going to perform the push operation on the stack which is filled up. Okay, so then it's going to give us this message here. Okay, so after that, just to make the output just constant, I am just putting this get thing here, okay, which is equivalent to get ch in C. So just the message remains and the function gets terminated. Okay, so if that is not the case, and in the else case we can if that is not the case, in the else condition we can try to add the elements here. Okay, so first, for that we need to scan the element from the keyword. So for that I am putting a small message here. Okay, keyword /n/t. So enter the element, or you can say enter the data item. Okay, so enter the data item, that's what you can say, and you can have scene data. Okay, scene data. So and then now so we need to place that element in our stack array, which is stk of top. Okay, so as we have said earlier that the entering or deleting the elements from the stack is done only through one end known as top. Okay, so for that reason here we are taking that top value as our index value here. Okay, so in the topmost position of our stack we need to place that data. Okay, so before that we need to first increment the top position. Okay, so top plus plus is what is going to do that, and then we are placing that element in our topmost position. Okay, so now we are done with our the coding of member function, push member function. Okay, so then we have to write the code for pop function. Okay, so pop function is just retrieves an element from the stack. Okay, so let's make some room for ourselves here. Okay, so now as with stack we have overflow condition. So coming to the pop we have underflow condition. Okay, so underflow condition is nothing but, so if you are trying to perform the pop operation when the stack is empty, so that leads to the underflow condition. Okay, so there is no case in point of retrieving the data from an empty stack. Okay, so we need to keep hold of that condition here. Okay, so we need to say something like this: if top is equal to -1. Okay, if top is equal to -1, so we haven't put that yet. Okay, so I almost forgot. So first and foremost, a member function would be the constructor itself. Okay, so we need to take the help of a constructor here, which has the same name as the class name, and we can initialize the top value to -1. Okay, so if you say like this, the top value is -1, which means that the stack is empty. So we need to understand, or we can get into an understanding that if the top value is encountered as -1, then it's empty. So we need to then increment that -1 to 0, and then we need to start adding the elements from the top of the stack. Okay, so top is -1 here. So if top is equal to -1, so you can put another message here saying that the condition is known as stack underflow. Okay, stack underflow. So top is equal to -1, the condition which leads to that is known as stack underflow. Let's put another scene dot get message here, so just to handle just to make that message stay for a while until we give any input from the keyword. Okay, so if that is not the case, in the else part again we are making use of that data. So let's now first we need to grab the data from the topmost element. Okay, so first we need to grab the data from the topmost position of the stack, which is stk of top, which is going to be stk of the top. Okay, so and then we need to decrement our top here. Okay, so and then you can put a message saying that /n/t, the popped element or item is equal to quotations close, and you can say simply data. Okay, since we have placed the popped element or data item into the data variable here. Okay, so we are done with our coding of the pop function as well, and now we have to write the code for the display function in order to check the status of our stack and whatever the elements it contains and so on and so forth. So display function, again we need to check that condition. Okay, so if top is equal to -1, it's always good to keep this condition here. Okay, so top is equal to -1, which means that the stack is empty. Let me put a comment for that also here. Okay, stack is empty condition. Okay, stack is empty condition. So if that is the case, then you can put deliver a message saying that the stack is empty. So here you should not say stack underflow because you're not trying to pop an element. You're trying to just display the contents of the. You're trying to just display the contents of the stack here. So it's good enough to say the stack is empty. If you put a message, something which would be more meaningful. Okay. So again, let's make it the use of cin.get. Later when we are executing the program, we'll get a better understanding why I'm keeping all the time those cin.get statements there. Okay, so if that is not the case, we need to take another variable int I. So int I, for the purpose of the loop, since we are stack does not contain just one element. Here the stack is a collection of elements of maybe 5 or 10 and so on and so forth. So for that purpose, I have taken a for loop here. So we need to take the for loop, and you can say if I is equal to top and I greater than or equal to 0 and I minus. Okay, so before that you can just put a message saying that let me make some room for myself. Cout /n/t the items in the stack, a small message, and you can keep on giving the items here. Okay, so and then we have opened a for loop here. Okay, so let's display the elements. Cout STK of I. Okay, cout STK of I. Let's put a /t after that. And then we are done with our coding of the display function as well. Okay, so after that we are done with our coding of all the three important member functions as far as. Okay, so I think we have an extra closing braces here. Let's make this 2-bit top here adjacent. Okay, so let's make sure that we are not putting any extra bases here. Okay, so everything is fine. So now we need to develop our main function. Nothing happens here because we need to call all those. So we need to create an object for our stack class, and we need to call all the member functions inside the main and appropriate switch case statements which we are going to build for in the form of a menu driven thing here. Okay, so for that I am just taking a int ch. Okay, so int ch, and then so let me do one thing. Let me build the menu for that various operations here. Okay, cout /n/t. So one, it's going to be the push operation. Okay, so one is going to be the push operation. Cout /n/t. Two is going to be the pop operation. Cout /n/t. Three is going to be display operation. 3 is going to be the display operation. Okay, so 4 is the one which just exits us out of the program. So for that purpose we are keeping yet another condition or yet another case statement here. Okay, so last you can say you can enter our choice /n/t. So you can say enter your choice and something like that, and cin ch. Okay, so cin ch. So all this thing, it's better to put it in a do loop here. Okay, so here we have building a menu for our stack data structure here. Okay, so and then we need to let's write the switch case statement, switch of ch. Okay, so all these things are very elementary and basic things which you have learned long back in C. Okay, so for our data structures programs, again all those things were revisited just in order to display the output in the form of a menu. So first and foremost we need to create an object for our stack here. Okay, so first stack, the name of our class is stack, we are saying it s1. Okay, so s1 dot so unless and until we don't create an object as a reference to the members of our class, so we will be unable to call those member functions here. Okay, so I have just created an object and just I am calling the push member function in the first case statement here, since we are doing that respectively in the menu. Okay, so case 2, so s2 dot, sorry, s1 dot pop. Okay, so case 2 s1 dot pop. So and then we have yet another break statement here. So case 3, it's going to be s1 dot display function, s1 dot display function. Let's put another break statement here. Case 4 is going to be the exit function. Okay, case 4 is going to be the exit function with 0 as its argument, and then we have the break statement. Okay, so let's put the default. So if the user unexpectedly gives the wrong input, we can bring him down to the default case, wrong choice, please try again, or something like that. Please try again. Okay, so and then we have a break statement here, and then we have a break statement. So switch is, we have ended with a switch here. Okay, so switch, and then we need to end the while loop as well. Switch is over, and then we need to end the while loop here, while ch not equal to 4. Okay, so while ch not equal to 4 is the condition. Okay, okay, so we are done with our coding. So let's run the program until now. Okay, so it gives you the display menu, display of the menu. So first, if we select the push operation, so we are able to enter elements. Okay, so I'm just entering the elements. Okay, so 1 and 5 and so on and so forth. If you try to, after entering the 5 elements, if you try to use the push operation, it gives you the stack overflow condition. Okay, so we are unable to see here because we need to make some changes in our code in such a way that those messages stay over there. Okay, so pop and push cin.get is what we have. Okay, okay, so let's, unfortunately our get cin.get is not working here, so let's make it get ch here. Okay, so I'm just taking the help of get ch instead of get so cin.get method. So I'm just putting the get ch, it's equivalent somewhat to get cin.get here. Okay, so we run the program. So until now get ch is error not found. Okay, so for this purpose we need to add the conio.h header file here. Okay, so since we have used the conio.h getch function here. Okay, so run the program. So if you keep on entering the elements above the limit, which is 5 elements here, then it gives you the condition known as stack and overflow. Okay, so let me come out once again. Okay, so now if you run the program, so again I'm just entering all the elements here, so 1 to 5 elements. So now if we try to enter one more element after pushing all the 5 elements into the stack, it will give you the stack overflow condition. Okay, so in the same way it gives us all the, if you take the second option, it will gives the popped elements from starting from the topmost top of the stack. Okay, so whatever the element which is there in the topmost position of the stack comes out first, So and then you have the pop item is 4, and then you have 3, and you can 2, and you can 1, and after that if you try to perform the pop operation in an empty stack, it will lead to an underflow condition. Okay, so display, now there are no elements in the stack. If you take the display element, display option, it will gives you the, it says that stack is empty. Okay, so now once again, okay, if you keep on entering the elements, I'm just entering the elements in the stack, 4 and 5. Okay, I think I have done. So if you take the display option now, it will just prints the elements inside the stack. Okay, so this is about coding a stack data structure using a C++ class. So let's format the code once again. Okay, so here we have, if you summarize once again, so here we have taken header files and all required header files and using namespace and so on and so forth, and then we have built a class. Inside that class we have total 3 members. The first one, the stack array. Let's put a comment here. Let's say stack array. Since we are building the stack, the top is very important, which holds the current position of the stack, and the data member, so data is used for handling the actual data item which we are going to store inside the stack. Okay, so here we have then we have a constructor here. The sole purpose of the constructor is to initialize the members of the class with the default values. Okay, so here we are supposed to have the top value as -1, which significance of that statement is that the stack is empty. Okay, so if we are so before trying to push an element inside the stack, so if you look at the code of the push member function here, push operation. So before entering any element into the stack, first we need to check whether is there any room for entering any element inside the stack. So for that purpose we have make use of this condition here. If you say that top is equal to max -1, which is the condition for saying the stack is full, so then we need to put a message saying that stack is overflow. Okay, stack overflow condition, overflow and underflow conditions both will arise not only for stack but also queue data structure when we are building them with respect to array. And then so we have scanned the data item using a cin statement, and then we have incremented the top, and we have just placed the data value at the position of the top inside the stack array. Okay, so then we have written the code for pop function here. So if you look carefully, so the top is -1, its top is -1, which says that stack is empty. So there is no case in point for retrieving an element from an empty stack. Which, if we try to do that also, the condition which arises is known as stack underflow condition. Okay, so for that purpose we have written this small piece of if condition here. If that is not the case, the else part. So we are just grabbing the element from the topmost position of the stack and placing that into the data variable, and then we need to decrement the top, because once we take out the topmost element, then we need to change the position of the stack to the subsequent element which lies down to that. So for that purpose we have decremented the top position. So and then we have just displayed the popped item with the help of a cout statement, and then we have display member function, which is very straightforward. So first again it has an if condition here which checks whether the stack is empty. If the stack is empty, there is no case in point for displaying elements, so we can display the empty stack. So for that reason we have make use of that if condition just to say deliver a message that stack is empty. If that is not the case, in the else part we have just starting from the topmost position and to the right to the bottom, which is 0. Since the index in an array starts from 0, we are just outputting the stack's contents with the help of a cout statement. And then we have the main function, which is very straightforward. We have just built a menu, and in that switch case statements we have we are keep on calling the appropriate function and the appropriate menu option in the cases here. Okay, so this is the basic stuff about building a stack data structure in C++. So hope you all liked it and put your valuable feedback in the form of comments. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.